Hi guys, welcome back. Um, just a quickie. It's been one of those few weeks where I have got some filming done on the little action cam, but I've not had a chance to edit and put together. I've got some photos and some footage of out and about. As you can see, I'm grounded to holes. That's due to not feeling too great. So if I sound and look rougher than normal, I know that I'll normally sound rough and look a little bit rough. But if I sound rougher than rough and look rougher than rough, then there's a reason why I have had a bit of a throat and a ear infection. I don't know whether it's down to the weather or just being run down a little bit. I'm at the moment in preparation of a sewing day. We're making Victorian corsets, not corsets, bodices. Not quite complete. We're going to be putting some arms on. I'm doing the cording at the moment. I'm going to be putting some base binding on at the bottom to tidy it up. We're going to be doing big puffy sleeves at some point, or some kind of sleeves. Student living. I'd like to update you a little bit on student living and student life. As most of you know, and as you can see, I am part of my time in student halls. As you can see, it is a little bit messy with bits of kits, but I did buy myself when out shopping the other day some daffodils to cheer myself up. Don't do lots of flowers all the time, but I do like occasionally a bunch of flowers. So if anybody wants to bring me some to cheer me up, you're more than welcome. That's a bit cheeky of me, but hey, how you get nowhere unless you ask. Right, again, student living. Well, what can I say? I'm in halls that are privately rented. It's a private landlord. It's not one of these big agencies that deal with really big buildings. We are in what used to be a school connected to the derelict church over the road, but the church is now dishonorated or whatever it is. It's now shut down. It's not used, which is a little bit heartbreaking to see a beautiful building like the church over the road that will appear in a video or a photo montage at a later date. Like I say, it was a school. Then I'm not quite sure what it was between being a school and the landlord that we now have bought it. But when he first bought it, he used it as a textile sort of mill factory, whatever he called it. It was something to do with textiles. It's now student halls. There's 3 floors of, I think it works out about 7 rooms per floor. And I picked this one because it's a private landlord who's great. And I thought, after coming and seeing him and talking, I think I'm one of maybe 2 or 3 first year students, university first year students. I thought, oh great, I'll be in with 2nd, 3rd and 4th year students, that because I know that there's some on my floor, some of the girls that are doing law, I think, and one's doing teaching, or in their final year. But I know that there's not many of us first years. Thought, great, they've got all their partying hard out of the way. They'll not be as mature as I am. Of course, I've done my education backwards. I've not come back till I'm a golden oldie. But we've had some experiences. We've had it where one of the guys, in fact, I do believe it's the room. We've had a couple of incidents with the person in the room above me. A couple of weeks ago, around about Christmas, we'd just come back after Christmas break, that's right. He had gone out, got drunk, come back, decided he wanted to cook himself some fish and chips. And by all accounts, he'd put it in the oven, put the telly on in the shared area upstairs, and fallen asleep. Then woke up with a bit of a jolt, realised that he'd left his fish and chips in the oven. Didn't put any extractor fans on, didn't open the fire escape door up there. Yes, guys, he opened the oven door to a bellowing puff of smoke and set the fire alarms off at 20 to 1 in the morning. And of course we had to get up, phone the landlord, get him to come out, sort it all out. He got a bit of a rocket, by all accounts. The same guy last night decided at 10:30 to do some washing, but he didn't come down and use the washing machine. Fair dues, it's the only thing that isn't included in our rent, and we do have to pay for the machines, and they work a little bit on like a laundry system. The coin operated the washer and the dryer, so fair dues. You've not always got money to necessarily do a wash. I'm quite lucky. I'm quite funny with my washing. It's a case of I always make sure I've got enough washing to do a couple of washes a week. But obviously this guy either didn't want to pay or couldn't pay for the washing. Decided to do the washing in his shower tray. And for some strange reason, for however it happened, I don't know, he's ended up putting the shower head on his bathroom floor, not back into the shower tray or back up on the bracket on the wall, because we've all got our own ensuite. That's what that little room there is. The door behind us, that's our ensuite. We've all got one of those. He'd put it on the floor. I'd got up about 10:30 to go for a wee, and found that my door frame was dripping with water. So obviously it had been running for a while. So in a bit of a panic and a bit of a flap, I rang the landlord and said, look, we've got an issue. I've got water running through my door frame. And he's coming, he's giving him a bit of a rocket. Luckily, touch wood, I can use my light. We didn't think we'd be able to use my lights, but I can. It's all dried out and there's no more dripping from it's all dry around the door frame. So yes, I've had a couple of experiences, and it's like this morning I've gone down to do something to eat, something to drink, and we do share a living room, a telly area, and a kitchen. The kitchen leaves a lot to be desired, I must admit, but I do go in there and clean it occasionally. Not that I should, and I usually get a rocket off the landlord, but if I don't do it, who is? But this morning, I don't know which room he's from. I don't know whether he's a visitor or one of the other students, because I don't know everybody. There's a guy asleep on the sofa at lunchtime on a Friday. Don't know where he's from. He's just there. Obviously, he's had a few beers. Decided he wanted to watch telly, and he's now asleep in a sleeping bag. But hey ho, I guess it's all good fun and all part of student living. But I would recommend student living to anybody. I would recommend bettering yourself. You do have fun along the way, and I know that I am going to look back on some of my experiences and giggle. I know that sort of like at 10:30, 11:15 last night, I was cursing the guy because all I wanted to do was curl up and go to sleep. But I'm sure there's going to be a time in a couple of weeks' time where I'm going to be sat laughing at it. A bit like with the fire alarms, I can now sit and laugh But anyway, if anybody wants to come and see me and potentially take a look round Huddersfield, or come with me on a day to Holmfirth, because I do love going down to Holmfirth where Last of the Summer Wine was filmed, because it's only down the road. It's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes on the bus. You can come and have a cup of tea and some lunch with me in Sid's Cafe, or we can go to the pub. If the tour bus is on, we can go around on the tour bus, and just generally have some fun. I know I've got a couple of friends that do YouTube that would like to potentially come and film with me. You're more than welcome. We'll have some lunch together. I'm never short of food, so even if we don't go out for something to eat, we can come back here and cook. Feel free to come along and join me. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Bye.